Super Bowl champion Mark Schlereth is here. I'm sorry, I'm crying because it's Nick's birthday.
That's right.
Nick, are you surprised the Bengals are 5.5-point underdogs?
No, of course not. They're playing the media in Vegas and the public's favorite team. And Wilds, when I got to the office today, Wilds called me into his office, which is a weird thing to do. It's a weird thing to do, but why? It's like a weird power dynamic thing that I've just let Wilds have for the
also,
last
I'm here
couple
first,
months.
if you didn't know.
And he was like, "Can I give you a critique of yesterday's show?"
Happened.
Yeah, of course it happened. I'm telling the audience what happened.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And we were talking about the Allen Burrow conversation we had yesterday, and he said, "I think your issue is actually with the media." I was like, you know what, Wilds? Can't believe I'm saying this. You're right.
Oh, good.
This is a media critique because Josh Allen has been treated in a way because the potential and the upside are so great in a similar way to if people were right now saying, you know who's the best player in the league? Zion. It's like, well, wait, no, I'm not sure. It's like, no, look at what he can do. He can do things no one else can do. It's fruit of the same poisonous tree as Kyrie, best point, most skilled guard ever. It's like, okay, maybe, but what does it actually mean? And for Josh Allen to be placed on a pedestal in a way Joe Burrow has not been is inherently frustrating to me. Because while maybe Joe Burrow, not maybe, definitely Joe Burrow doesn't have the arm talent that Josh Allen does and can't make the wow plays, this isn't the old school quarterback competition where you measure, see how far they can throw and they dip the balls in paint and throw them at targets. Yeah, it's not that. It's about putting your team in position to win. It's about giving your team the best position to win and making plays at the most critical times and, most importantly, avoiding the critical error. And Joe Burrow throughout his career has been better than that than Josh Allen. And so if you want to say the Bills should be 2-point favorites because they're at home, so be it. I think right now, given the injuries, the defenses are about the same. I think the weapons are about the same. But this is a 3-point Josh Allen bump because everybody thinks he's better than Burrow, even though he's never been. And that frustrates me because I don't know what more Joe Burrow needs to do to show everyone he and I are neck and neck, and if you got to pick one of us, I have more pelts on the wall than he does.
All right. Well, I'll look. These are two very good teams. All right. So 5.5. I think it's probably a 3-point game. What did they both went into Kansas City in 2022
won by 3
the fridge,
and before,
slept in the bed.
Put their feet up.
And a source told me last night they also drove the car without asking. So these are two premier teams. It's going to be a battle. But Buffalo should be favored because you said defenses are close. Well, the facts are Buffalo's better defense overall, higher rated. Buffalo better against the pass, better against the run, better in points allowed. They're second in the league in fewest points allowed. But how much of that is
because they used to have Von Miller? And they don't.
Well, Von's been gone now for several weeks.
Yes, and their defense has not been as good.
It's held. They average 17. They allow 17 points a game. All right, so that's across the whole season. So I think the defense, they're not as good without Von, but still I think they have an advantage. And then quarterbacking, they're 7-1 at home too. But you keep talking about how Burrow is so much better than Josh Allen. Here's the playoffs. I mean, regular season obviously is great, but playoffs is even more important. And Allen's got him beat in everything.
Except for this
3 interceptions in 7 games is better than 5 or 2 in 5 games.
But I see it but Brew, you know as well as I do, and you will be honest here because you still have that old journalism background. You can't quite get past it. Josh Allen has played 7 playoff games. Yeah. He had 1 average one. He had 3 unbelievable ones and 3 objectively bad ones. Joe Burrow's never had a bad playoff game. And so, yes, the overall numbers look skewed. But if you look at each individual game, he's had 3 of his 7 playoff games, and I would include last week as one of those 3, where he was bad. And Joe Burrow's never been bad. He's never put his team in a position. They've never lost a playoff game because of him. He's never put them in a bad spot in a playoff game. So again, that to me is an upside thing. Like Stink, it's
he's got the higher ceiling.
Sure,
Allen. I give you that. Burrow is more steady.
Yes.
So
but give me the dynamite.
First off, happy birthday. Secondly, the one thing for me is I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised because of Buffalo. I think you're 100% right. Buffalo people have this desire to see Buffalo succeed. I think we all do to a degree, because it's a great story. And the 4 Super Bowls in a row they went to and they lost all 4 of them. I would say this. I think one of the reasons this spread is where it is, first off, don't you get 3 points just for being at home or something?
Yes.
Something like that. And then I think ultimately we have seen this team in Cincinnati struggle when it comes to protecting their quarterback. And they seemed early in the season that was something that really got them. And then they fixed it, right? And all of a sudden we're like, hey, now that they fixed it, this is a legitimate Super Bowl contender. Now we see all of a sudden 3 starters out because of injury. Now, I don't know if they're going to get anybody back right now, but I think there's a part of you that looks at that and says, against this Buffalo defense with a depleted group up front, can Joe Burrow, or can he still do the things that we're used to him doing?
I just find it, before this year even started, Cincinnati in the playoffs last year won a kind of ugly, disjointed game against the Chiefs, where a lot of self-inflicted wounds by the Chiefs, and Cincinnati took advantage of it, right? The Bills lost a classic, one of the best football games we've ever seen. And the entire perception of the country and the media since then feels to me it has been that what the Bills did was more impressive. Losing a 15-round knockout as opposed to winning a decision, to use a boxing term, they got more credit for it. And that, to me, kind of goes against what we're here for.
Did they get more credit, though? Because, look, they added Von Miller. Now, they don't have it now,
they lost
but I
Von
think
Miller,
that
no
was the
one
thing.
changed their picks.
They're
one
not the
changed their
favorites
opinion.
now.
Well, no, because but they're still the favorites over Cincinnati by a significant margin. It just felt to me all year like one team got more credit for losing an amazing game than the other team for winning a typical game.
I buy that. More news from Joe Mixon.
Oh, this guy.
Quick review. Joe Mixon has called the Bengals the big dogs of the AFC, then also mocked the league's decision to coin flip home field advantage with his celebration here. He brought a coin.
Yeah.
Now he's got issue with the advanced sale of the Bills-Chiefs game at the neutral site in Atlanta. Now you were just, kind of defending the Bengals. Now
When's the last time anyone got some good quotes from Nyheim Hines of the Buffalo Bills, or from Clyde Edwards-Helaire of the Kansas City Chiefs? These running backs that are about the 10th or 11th or 12th best players on a team. The answer is never, because those guys know better. If Joe Burrow wants to talk trash, or Jamar Chase, or Hendrickson, or Hubbard, or Von Bell, or Bates, or T. Higgins, or Boyd, or anybody that gives you more than 40 yards a week and 1 touchdown in the last 6 weeks, so be it. And I get it. I get why Joe Mixon's trying to get as much juice out of this berry as he can, because he knows that this probably is going to be his last games with the Bengals. He's probably cut this offseason. So he's
really upset at
that. No, I don't mind talking. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.